We're going to start off with some quick news, and since Jack Burton has been abducted by aliens, we will be starting off with Jess. Jess, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
So starting out with some cozy game news, as I mentioned last week, Stardew Valley had its anniversary, and Concerned Ape announced the new marriage candidates that are going to be coming in the new updates. And on the one hand, I'm kind of bummed by one of the choices, but on the other hand, I'm not, because it was the funniest thing he could have done. Because he chose Sandy, which felt like a very obvious choice and people were very excited for. And then he chose Clint, who is pretty consistently across the fandom regarded as one of the least favorite characters in the game. And so it was very interesting. I'm curious to see what he does with the story of it, and if there's maybe a bit of a redemption arc for the character. So on the one hand, I was kind of bummed. I was hoping for the Wizard or Marlin or honestly quite a few other characters over Clint. But I do have to respect the fact that he picked Clint and everyone's like, what are you doing? And so it was kind of funny to watch people react to it.
Nice. Always fun to upset the fan base.
And he like announced it on the stream that he did, which also, if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. He goes through like all of the development of Stardew Valley and like where it started and how he got it to where he wanted it to be. It was really cool to watch.
So I actually watched part of that.
He gets to the end.
As
research, what did you think?
Research for this, I know nothing. I know very little about Stardew Valley, but I was really interested and I loved going through the history of it. It was very cool. I wish more developers would do videos like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a crazy story, and the fact that it was one guy who like did all of this, and it was pretty much his like first big attempt at a game, and you can just feel, in my opinion, when you play the game, how much like love and care went into it. So I've always been a huge fan, not just because the game is amazing, which it is, but also just because of the story of everything that he put into making the game and what that means.
Well, makes me want to try it out.
But you get to the end. You should. I think everyone should. I have an upsetting amount of hours logged in that game. I own it on multiple platforms, and I think on Steam only I've got like 400 hours or something like that.
That's it?
An obscene amount, considering how much I've also played it on Switch and on Xbox.